Alright, so this is a short video of the conversion I did from POA valve, an expansion valve, to an orifice tube set up on my 66 Bonneville. I don't make videos very often, so forgive me if I ramble or don't do the speaking very well. So a little bit of history. I've done this conversion now twice. I did it first on my 66 Fleetwood, mainly because I couldn't get the POA valve to work right, and I really wasn't interested in trying to find expensive R12. I did do EnviroCool, or one of those propane based refrigerants, but it didn't work very well, and so I decided, on the advice of a friend, to just take the plunge and upgrade it. So the setup is a little bit different, but not too much. One thing I should mention too is that I make my own hoses. I bought the tool to crimp the hoses off eBay, and I buy the materials, the fittings and hose off eBay. In order to get the orifice tube to take the place of the expansion valve, I use a orifice tube repair kit and a couple fittings to make it all fit and work and everything else. This here is a 90 degree fitting that goes into the bottom of the evaporator. And then next to that you can see the orifice tube repair kit, and then a hose that goes all the way to the high side of the condenser over here. You don't have a receiver dryer anymore in this setup. You have now an accumulator, and in place of the POA valve you've got this POA valve update kit. It's pretty much plug and play. It's pretty easy to work with. The only caveat is that since you don't have the capillary tube going to the expansion valve, you've got to do a little bit of Mickey Mouse here. I just solder the end of this shut and it seems to work fine. Other than that, I've got a pressure switch here. I haven't finished putting in the cooling fan in front of the condenser, so that's what these two loose wires are. This is a pressure switch that will cut off if the pressure gets over something like 250 pounds. And this is another cutoff, a low pressure cutoff, in the event that there's not enough refrigerant in the system. It'll just keep the compressor from running. Other than that, that's pretty much all there is to it. Since I don't have a pusher fan in front of the condenser, it doesn't work the greatest in hot weather. So today it was 93 degrees or something, and the best I could get out of it was probably about 50 or so degrees out of the vents. Other cars I have do better, but I think part of it has to do with the fact that I didn't have a fan in front of this condenser, and the evaporator is probably the capillary style type, so it's probably not the most efficient, or as efficient as it could be. So that's about it. Any questions, let me know. Bye.